Are you ready for a pen that hides a little engineering secret inside its barrel? One that looks like it could be a piston filler, but it isn't. Well, stick around, because this submarine-inspired fountain pen has a trick that you might not have seen before. Today we're diving, pun very much intended, into the TaG Submarine fountain pen. In this video, I'll break it down for you, from the design and build to the writing performance, the quirks, and my honest opinion. And by the end, you'll know if the Submarine is just a cool gimmick or a genuine solid writer for your desk. Quick disclosure, TaG sent me this pen for review. I didn't buy it myself, but as always, you'll get my honest thoughts. First impressions, well, the engineering is immediately obvious. Just listen to this. That's the sound of precision. Everything threads together with a really nice, smooth metallic feel. It's like screwing together a camera lens or a really well-made tool. There's no play, there's no rattle, just a satisfying click of quality. And check out these flutes or grooves running down the side of the barrel. When you unscrew it closed, they line up perfectly, and that's the sort of detail that really makes me smile. Instead of a shiny logo or jewel at the top, there is a concrete finial. Yeah, it's concrete. It's a matte propeller embossed piece that's textured, industrial, and I really quite like it. And at the back of the pen, you get this turbine style filling knob, styled like a submarine's turbine. Give it a spin and it's not just for show. Now, you might be thinking, a fountain pen with a turbine finial. That's got to be a gimmick. I wasn't sure at first either, but I think it's actually really clever, and I'll show you why in a minute. But before that, let's talk about balance, because this is a full metal pen with brass construction. It doesn't feel like a dumbbell in the hand. Some metal pens are exhausting after a page or two of writing, but the size and balance of this one is just right. I find myself naturally gripping the pen around the threads, which can be very uncomfortable on some pens. There is a step, but it's not sharp or uncomfortable, and I can write with this pen for a long stretch without any hand fatigue or discomfort. Let's talk about the nib, because TaG went with a Schmidt steel nib here that you can get in this black finish to match the stealth black of the pen, or you can get it in a gold finish, and honestly, it's faultless, it's smooth, reliable, there's no hard starts or issues out of the box, as we'll see when we come on to the writing sample. It's not flashy or designed to flex, but it does exactly what you want with a daily writer. It writes without drama, it just glides across the page. Now let's get to the real party trick, the turbine finial. Inside, you've got a standard Schmidt converter, but the magic is how the turbine connects to this hex nut on the converter itself. So when you rotate the turbine at the end, you actually turn the piston inside the converter, and that means that if you're using a dry ink or the feed starts to go dry, you can just give the finial a little twist at the end to prime the feed instantly. There's no unscrewing of the barrel and fiddling with converters. And if you want a refill, it's exactly the same story. You dip the nib in, you twist the turbine, and it's just a shortcut built right into the design. It's not a piston filler, and I don't think you can really call it a captive converter either. It's its own thing. TaG has integrated this idea into the pen style. It's not pretending to be a piston filler, it's just making the converter more convenient to use, and it looks pretty cool while you're doing it as well. And honestly, it works. I've used it quite a few times. The cap seals really well, and I haven't noticed any nib dry out issues, but the twist to prime feature genuinely is handy, especially if you're using drier inks, or you've left your pen out with the cap off for any period of time while you're thinking and not writing. Now, there is a small risk with this design, because if you're a fidgeter, you could twist the turbine by accident. You'd need to give it a good turn without thinking, but if you did, you might get a spill. So The first sign of drops of ink are around about half a turn of the turbine itself. It really does take a deliberate twist to actually move the ink. It's not going to twist on its own, but it's something to keep in mind, especially if you lend the pen to someone who doesn't know the trick, or if you put the pen in your pocket and you're likely to grab it by the end. So moving on to a writing sample. This is the TaG Submarine. This is the fine nib. And just to illustrate, there's no real line variation. You will get a little bit of flex if you push down, but this isn't a flex nib. It's just bending the steel and bending the tines. So to sum it up, the TaG Submarine is well engineered, it's thoughtfully designed and genuinely fun to use. That nib is smooth, it's reliable, and the balance of the pen is spot on. I think that the twist to prime and fill turbine is both clever and practical and a great conversation starter. And sure, there's some tiny quirks, a locking mechanism would be a welcome upgrade, and some variety in nibs would really spice things up. But overall, I think the pen stands out for all the right reasons. If you're looking for a pen that brings a bit of innovation to your desk, this one's worth a serious look. Check out the link in the description for the latest pricing. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more honest and real world writing advice. I'll see you in the next video.